What's up, everyone? I want to do a quick video because I'm getting questions on some strategies and some insights around procrastination. And I wanted to uh, give a different angle because I think it's easy to view procrastination, especially in our culture, as some kind of character flaw. But from another angle, really procrastination, holding off on important things, is actually under the surface is more of a survival mechanism than it is a character flaw. When our survival options innately are to fight, flight, freeze, and fawn, procrastination tends to fall under the flight, avoid situations, or the freeze component, which is just lock up. And so if we look at procrastination and the reasons we procrastinate, really unconsciously, and the messaging is to keep you safe. And so if we look at it from that perspective rather than the judgment or character flaw perspective, we could actually change some of our strategy around it. The reasons we procrastinate, there's a few. Number one, procrastination gives us a false sense of control. Although it may not be healthy, although there might be something you know you should be doing and you're not doing, temporarily you actually feel like you have control over the situation, even if it's not engaging in it, or it's putting it off, or completely delaying something meaningful. Temporarily we feel like we have control, and you're hardwired for control. So procrastination is kind of like getting the wires crossed to like what you're actually controlling. The challenge with a false sense of control is that over time it's not sustainable, and the things that are important are actually not getting addressed. So that's the first reason we procrastinate. It gives us a false sense of control. The second reason that we procrastinate is because I'm trying to avoid a future perceived pain. That I have an interpretation that this conversation, this action, confronting this, doing this is actually going to feel uncomfortable or painful. It's really hard to convince your body to do something that you've already interpreted or messaged to it is going to be painful, uncomfortable, or even dangerous or harmful. So the body's mechanism to protect you is avoid that future perceived pain. So the second thing that you want to do is you want to reframe the discomfort or reframe the pain. Yes, I understand having a tough conversation might be painful, but I want to see beyond the discomfort and the pain, and what will having that conversation open up or free me up to afterwards. Yes, maybe going to the gym or rescheduling things around my fitness, maybe that's uncomfortable or painful, but look at what it's going to produce later on in my life, or later on in my health, later on in my energy and activity. And so we want to reframe not just what's the pain to it, but also make the pleasure or the gratification or the positive outcome more important than the immediate discomfort of it. And the third reason we procrastinate is really when we wake up, if our lives are completely mundane and we do the same thing over and over and over again, the body has a sense of predicting and knowing how everything is going to go. The body wants predictability. The survival mechanism, the nervous system wants predictability. So if my body knows and can predict how everything's going to go that day, there's no level of excitement or spontaneity or adventure to life. I want to give my nervous system something it can't predict. So injecting something that's exciting, meaningful, challenging, and doing that on purpose actually starts to stimulate a whole different way that the body and the brain confront and approach the day. So if you're waking up and hitting the snooze out of, total boredom, and I already know how my day's going to go, you got to inject something energetic, exciting, even something challenging to start to re-stimulate the alert system to the body. So I hope those give you a little bit of insight into why we procrastinate. It's not a character flaw, it's a survival strategy. And overcoming that survival strategy, you got to reframe some of our thinking. Hope this was valuable. Have a blessed week. I'll speak soon.